Well, it's that time again. Time to make some Christmas decorations. Hi and welcome to this week's project. As we get closer to Christmas, I do like to do some Christmassy little projects. So this is one of those. I'm going to be doing a tree decoration. So it's going to be a nice simple little project. I'm going to show you what I've got. These are dried lotus heads, and this is how they come. They've actually got the seeds in them, some of these, and some haven't. Little seeds just come out. They've got little bits in there. Some of them are empty, like this cavity here, but they are really flimsy. If you can see there, you can move that. So I tried cutting one open just to see what was inside, and there is quite a bit of a void in the back of there, and the little cavities, I'm not sure if they've got little holes in, but I don't think so. So the first thing that I did, and I didn't put this on film, is I went away and stabilised some. So let me put these away. So I used cactus juice, and in the vacuum chamber I stabilised some, and now they are pretty solid. They'll still be hollow in there, but they are pretty solid now. A big difference if we look from the two. You can even hear it. So I've stabilised some of these, and what the plan is to make them into a tree hanging decoration. But as you can imagine, I am going to need to add something to them, so it's going to be a bit of resin. So I've got lots of different ones here. I think I'm just going to do 3, because I do have another plan for possible other projects. It got my mind going. Did I put that one back here? It got my mind going about what to do with these. I've not seen anybody using them, but I'm not saying that they're not already being used. I got these from Amazon. I shall put a link down below to these for you in case you're wanting to test some of them out. I think they could make quite interesting. There's so many projects, to be honest, I could do with these. So I'm going to do about 3 of them. I'm going to be using obviously the cactus choice. It's just a selection of colours. I didn't even think much about them. The resin I'm going to be using is one that is just coming into the UK. It is the Royal Palm resin. Now House of Resin / metalclays.co.uk I'm hoping that when this video goes out today that they will already have something about it, but if not, it's going to be coming really soon. They're just waiting for it to come in, so it's definitely coming. It's one that we hear about in the resin casting world. We hear a lot about. It's coming in from America. I've already tested. I have this and the original, but this one is for the thin formula, and you'll understand why in a minute or two. Because with this today, I am not wanting to put these in the pressure chamber. I'm wanting something that I can leave out, because I'm a bit worried about these cavities and the air in them. If the pressure chamber tries to crush it, will it crush it in? It may not, but so I wanted a resin that is thin enough that I'm not going to get any bubbles. So previous to this, I actually did a test. Here's the test piece here. Now this was not degassed in pressure or vacuum. I just poured it and left it out. Now this resin is a beautiful crystal clear, as you can see there, and there is tiny bubbles about it. I can barely see them even with my glasses on, to be quite honest with you, and you have to really get up close to see them. So this is going to be the perfect resin for this. So I've done my test a bit. The way this is measured is 2:1 by volume. I wrote it on there because if I don't write things right in front of me when it comes to mixing, I'll mix everything like the previous resins that I've used. So this is a 2:1 by volume. I'm only going to need small amounts for this, so I'm actually going to be using these little measuring cups here. So it'll be 2 parts A, so say 10 mils of A to 5 mils of part B. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to make, I don't know, several cups of it, or I'll pour different ones into each one, and then we shall get them poured into here. Now I'm just going to hold these lotus heads in this little cups here, so that I can leave them upright, because I think we'll do, maybe do, that one's not very clean. Some of these are cleaned up a little bit. No, I don't think I'll do that one. I'll do a little one. So I should get some resin and that mixed up. I'm not going to bore you too. Oh no, I will. I'll put it on camera, but I'll probably speed it up. But like I say, it's 2 parts A to 1 part B, and it's very viscous in the bottle, so it should pour very easy. So I'm going to get all my stuff together and we'll get this poured and mixed up. Okay, let's get mixing. So I'm going to do 10 mils in each pot of part A. Now this resin can take a little bit longer than our normal resin, but you've got the advantage of not needing to degas, and that's just the whole benefit of this resin. It can take 24 to 48 hours. Now when I did it the last time, I have it indoors, so the house is quite warm, because you do need to make sure that you're casting in good temperatures. But I found that it was solid in 24 hours. The price range that this is going to come in as, I'm not definitely sure what the prices are. I just know that it is going to be a little bit more expensive than the original and maybe some of the other resins. I'm not for definite on that one, but the advantage is if you don't need pressure or vacuum, then you know, it just opens up a lot more options for you. So just being very careful with my mixtures. You get around about an hour to work with this resin, so there's no real rush on it. Oh, right, so that works out at 15 mils in each one, which I think is going to be enough for this project. Right, give it a good stir. Now when I did the test one, which was obviously that which I was just showing you, I purposely just stirred exactly the same way as I always stir, because I wanted to test to see if it could withstand the way that I normally stir everything up. Now when you're stirring, obviously make sure you scrape your bottoms and your sides and the edges to make sure that everything's mixed properly. The Royal Palm, it is an epoxy, yeah, it is an epoxy. Same way. Remember your PPE, your gloves. If I wasn't filming here today, I would even have a mask on. I tend to wear a mask and ventilate the room with every resin pour now. Right, we're going to mix it up. We'll divide this to 8 pots, and then we shall add some colour. Now it's quite a dark background on that, so I actually want a nice bit of bright colour. that's them all mixed in. Right, we're going to have to keep these balanced, if not I'll end up knocking them over. So really I'm just going to go for a random, let me, I'm not even think it might be avoiding the back. I'm just going through. Really light. You can see like. Yeah, it's up there. That's a bit orange. It's up there, right over. Right, but that's here. Right, that's okay, we that should be good. Right, I'll just use a bit of a cotton wool bud and just clean that bit up. Not that it matters all that much. Right, so I'm just going to use the little blowtorch, and it's only to get rid of the surface bubbles. Just to clean it up a bit. So what I'm initially going to do, because this is the evening that I'm doing this, so I'm going to leave it until the morning, and then I'll come back and check it then, and I'll click the video on and let you know how it is, because it's like 6 o'clock in the evening here, so we're talking about first thing tomorrow morning, so we're talking about just 12 hours at that point, and I shall tell you how the resin is then. Over the evening I'll keep an eye just in case it leaks out a little bit, and yeah, so I'll come back tomorrow and we'll go on to the next stage. Okay, it's 9:30 in the morning the next day, and I wanted to come in just to sort of show you the stage they're at. Now they are actually solid, which is great, but they are certainly not ready to do anything with yet. I mean, we are well within the 24 hours at the minute. So I took this bit out of just out the bottom of one of the pots that I was stirring with, and as you can see, it's still soft because it's 24 to 48 hours a cure on this. So I'm going to wait until probably about 6:30 this evening before. All I've got to do really now is just drill a small hole in and put little eyes. Oh, I'll go and get those and show you them. So it's these little eyes I'm just going to put in the top of there, just so that I could put a little bit of ribbon in them. So just thought I'd update you and let you know. So this is just over 15 hours later, but it's actually solid enough now. It's just you still couldn't work with it at the minute. Okay, it's the evening now. These, I'm not tacky in any way now. They're a lot more solid. It's not as bendy that now. Still a little bit, but we are still under the 24 hours. So, well, we're still under 24 hours. But for the project here today, I'm going to be able to finish this. One for the fact if this is a video that's going out tomorrow morning, so it needs to be finished. But using this resin, you do need to leave it 24 to 48 hours, and for certain different projects that you're doing, you know, you're going to be leaving it way beyond that, much like the other resins. Okay, I've drilled a tiny little drill hole in each of these, and I'm going to put a hook in. Now I'm just going to test first because as I said before, these are hollow. Oh no. They do tend to go in okay, I think they will hold. Yep. Right, just to put a bit of ribbon on. Now I don't have much ribbon here, I'm a bit sad on the case of ribbon, but I got enough for 2 of them, and I'm going to have to find a piece of ribbon for the third one. Okay, so there they are. They're not the tidiest ribbon on them, but there's your Christmas decorations. Hope you enjoyed this video.